Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Laura123 and this is going to be a new books haul video. So yeah, I've got some new books and in this video I'm going to show you them, tell you about them, and hey, maybe I'll give you some ideas for books that you'll want to read. Now if you enjoy watching, which I hope you do, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Now hey, don't forget to smash that notification bell, then you can find out when I've uploaded new content and when I'm doing live streams. So yeah, some of these books are brand new, some of these books are secondhand. So I'm going to stop rambling and tell you about them. So the first one I want to show you is a new book, and it's also my current read. Now I had pre-ordered this book so long ago, and when it finally turned up I was like mega excited, like literally I did a little happy dance. It's true. It is the brand new book from Taylor Jenkins Reid, who without a doubt is one of my favorite authors. I absolutely love her books. I love her writing style, and the thing I love most about her books is the characters. I don't know, I feel really connected to the characters in her books, and they all feel really real. Like I literally feel like they're real people. But anyway, like, she's an amazing author. If you've never read a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, I really recommend you check out, you know, one of her books or more than one, because she's just amazing. So this is her brand spanking new book, and it is called Malibu Rising. Love the title, love the cover. So in America they have a different cover, and I have to say, not just because I'm from the UK, but the UK version is, in my opinion, just like really pretty and nicer than the USA one. So yeah, this is also a signed copy from Waterstone, so I can show you her signature right there, which I think is pretty damn cool. And underneath the dust jacket it is this gorgeous like mint green colour. So oh, you got that as well, all the water and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, look, it's like this lovely mint green color. So yeah, honestly, I'm really enjoying this book. I will definitely get it done by today. I'm devouring it. I can't put it down. I find myself thinking about it when I'm doing other stuff, like, oh, what's going to happen next and that. So that's to me like a obvious thing that I'm really like enjoying a book, when I like think about it all the time and can't put it down. So yeah, I'm gonna pop my glasses on, tell you about it. I've really got some great books to show you in this haul. So it's set in Malibu in August 1983. It's also set in the past as well, but I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything. But I love the fact that it is like set in the 80s, because I really love books that are in the 80s. So it's the day of Nina Reaver's annual end of summer party, and anticipation is at fever pitch. Everyone who's anyone wants an invite to catch a glimpse of the famous Reaver siblings. So you have Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hud. One is a championship surfer, the other is a renowned photographer, and their adored baby sister Kit. Together the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the children of the legendary singer Mick Reaver. An interesting random fact that Mick Reaver, their dad, was in other Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. So I like the fact that she's kind of put character in different books. Anyway, by midnight, the party will be completely out of control, and by morning, the Reaver mansion will have gone up in flames. But ahead of that first spark, in the early hours before dawn, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and the loves and secrets that shape this family will all come bubbling to the surface. Honestly, this is so good. I can't even, like, I'm not going to go on about it for like 3 hours, but take my word for it, this book is amazing. So yeah, that is Malibu Rising. So good. Right, now there's a lot of books here, so I'm just going to like pick one at random. So the next book, this is like, honestly, this isn't a book that I'd had on my want to read list. It's, to be honest, not a book I've even heard of before, but I was in Waterstones, and I love just walking around Waterstones and just looking at the different books and stuff. And I was drawn to this one. I was drawn to the cover. I thought it was really like creepy looking, like panda with like a camera in its eye and that. I just thought, oh. And it's actually called Little Eyes, and it's by an author called Samantha Schweblin. I'd never heard of it, so let me know in the comment section down below if you have heard of it, because apparently it says here a Guardian and Times best novel of 2020, so it's obviously a big bestseller, but I just never heard of it, unless they had a different cover or something. I don't know, but I'd not heard of it. So basically, this book, it says here on the front, disturbing. And it also says that it's supposed to be very uneasy reading. So I'll probably have to keep the light on while I read it in the middle of the night, just like really scared. A book that burrows under your skin, wonderfully chilly and horrific. What am I doing? Why am I doing this to myself? It's going to scare the hell out of me. But I do like a nice kind of creepy horror kind of book sometimes. I have to be in a certain mood for it, but I do enjoy it. So basically, it's about these things. They're not pets. They're not ghosts or robots. They're called, I've got to say this properly, I think it's Kentuckis. And they are in your home. They're everywhere. They're watching you. So they're in apartments in Hong Kong. They're in shops in Vancouver. They're in schools in Tel Aviv. They're in bedrooms in Indiana. So they're anonymous, untraceable. These seemingly cute, cuddly toys reveal the beauty of connection between far-flung souls, but they also expose the ugly truth of our interconnected society. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of, what's that game? Is it Five Nights at Freddy or something? You know, when like the bears look cute, but then they're not and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's really interesting. And the fact that it says disturbing and horrific, it's pretty cool. So I'll probably never look at a panda again. So that's that one. So the next book I want to show you is called Perfect on Paper, and it's by Sophie Gonzalez. Now, I've already got Only Mostly Devastated, which is her other book. I've not read that yet. It's on my bookcase and I still haven't read it, but I will do, obviously. This one says best friend, girlfriend, blackmailed, traitor. Darcy Phillips is perfect on paper. I really like this cover. I think it's a really cool cover. The way she's like looking there and he's looking there and she's looking, I don't know, I just really like the cover. So I'll read to you what it's about. It says Darcy Phillips has a secret. Even Brooke, her best friend, who she hopes could be something more, is clueless. Darcy is behind the infamous Locker 89, providing an anonymous, there we go, questionably legal relationship advice service at school. But then disaster strikes. Her identity is uncovered by Australian new kid Alexander Bowram, I think that is, Bowram. If word gets out that Darcy's behind the locker, Brooke will probably never speak to her again. Darcy will do whatever it takes to contain it. She strikes a deal in exchange for him keeping her secret. Darcy will help entitled Alexander, bratty and annoying and hot, win his ex-girlfriend back. What could possibly go wrong? So I love the fact that in books, like when there's secrets and stuff and all the secrets come out, and I love all that. This is a YA, and I do really enjoy reading YA books. You know, I know I'm 41, but you know, in my opinion, you can read whatever you want, doesn't matter what age you are. Do you know what I mean? And I just think this sounds a really fun read, and the whole like secrets thing coming out, the friendships, the romance, etc. So yeah, I think that sounds pretty cool. The next book, what should we go for? And I got a couple of these in Waterstones, and they were only like £1 each, which I thought was brilliant. So I've had a few of like the kids ones back in the day. On like World Book Day, they do like the pound books. I didn't know they did adult versions of this, so that's pretty cool. So these are little quick reads, and I got 2 of them, so yeah, £1 each. First one I got is Notting Hill Carnival West Side Story, and this is by the author Candice Carty-Williams, and she actually wrote Queenie, which is obviously a massive book and everyone seemed to love it. I'll be honest, like I read Queenie when it came out. I started to enjoy it, and then I found myself getting a bit bored with it, so I did DNF it. I'm hoping this is going to be better. This story for me actually sounds more something I would read than, you know, Queenie was, but I love the cover. I think the cover's so fun, and the story just sounds really cool. It says here, how do you find the one in a million? So it says Sapphire is the hot-headed leader of Red Roses in an area where gang loyalty is all that matters. But after a tragic event, Sapphire vows to leave her old life, friends and her gang behind. Life without the Red Roses and the violence that always followed them is certainly quieter, to say the least. When she meets a boy called Apollo on her way to Notting Hill Carnival, she feels something that she's never felt before. She thinks that he could be the one. That's until she discovers he's a member of the rival gang, the Gold Teeth. Will she ever escape her past with the Red Roses, and how many lives will be ruined until she does? This just sounds so interesting. Like, I think this is going to be really good. And I do like a little quick read, you know, that will take me like, what, an hour or so to read that. So yeah, and the other one, the other quick read I've got is by Louise Candlish, who I really love her book. She does some great thrillers. The last one I read of hers is here. Look, it's The Other Passenger. I literally read this year, and that was so good. Like, I won't give any spoilers if you haven't read it, but the last few pages of The Other Passenger were like, it really like shocked me. It was brilliant. So this is the skylight, and it says here on the cover, they can't see her, but she can see them, which is just creepy in itself. Kind of give me vibes of The Woman in the Window, you know, that kind of thing. So it says here, Simone has a secret. She likes to stand at her bathroom window and spy on the couple downstairs through her kitchen skylight. She knows what they eat for breakfast and who they've got over for dinner. She knows what mood they're in before they even step out of the door. There's nothing wrong with looking, is there? Yes. Until one day Simone sees something through the skylight she is not expecting, something that upsets her so much she begins to plot a terrible crime. So yeah, she's a really good thriller author, and I think this is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, the next book, I actually got 2 books turn up in the post today that I pre-ordered. The thing with Waterstones, which I love, I pre-order stuff way in advance, and when they turn up, it's like, oh, I've got a parcel of books, and I get really excited because I forget that I've pre-ordered them. So they just kind of turn up. So I'm going to show you both of these. These are what turned up today. The first one is The Other Black Girl, which I'm really like freaking excited to read this one. I've heard so many good things about this, and it is by Zakiya Dahlia Harris, and this is a signed edition as well. There you go. There is the signature. Don't know what's under the dust jacket. Oh, it's just plain. Okay. So yeah, this is supposed to be really good. So 26-year-old editorial assistant Nella Rogers is tired of being the only black employee at Wagner Books. Fed up with the isolation and the microaggressions, she's thrilled when Hazel starts working in the cubicle beside hers. They've only just started comparing natural hair care regimes, though, when a string of uncomfortable events causes Nella to become public enemy number 1 and Hazel the office darling. Then the notes begin to appear on Nella's desk. Leave Wagner now. It's hard to believe Hazel is behind these hostile messages, but as Nella starts to spiral and obsess over the sinister forces at play, she soon realises that there is a lot more at stake than her career. So yeah, I think it sounds so interesting. It says here, dark, funny, furiously entertaining, smart satire on race and the modern day workplace that will keep you guessing until the very last twist. So ooh, that sounds good. Sounds really good. And the other one that turned up today is massive. Like this got sent out to me like a week early. So thank you, Waterstones. Yeah, this isn't out till next week, I think. So I got it early. I was quite surprised. Yeah, it's Bill Clinton and James Patterson, and it's called The President's Daughter. So I read, what was the other one called? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, The President is Missing, and I absolutely love that. That was such a good book. I mean, I love James Patterson books, and I am a fan of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and stuff. So yeah, as I say, if it's anything as good like the last one, then this is going to be amazing. I love those kind of political thrillers. Like, I just really enjoy them. So yeah, what does it say here? Unnervingly believable. Okay. And what I really like about it, because obviously it's set in the White House and stuff with the president, because Bill Clinton used to be a president, you know, he gives you kind of secret information and things that you might not know from like behind the scenes as such from the president's point of view. And obviously James Patterson is just an amazing author. So you put them together and hopefully it's going to be a good mix. But look how big it is. It's proper chunky. It says all presidents have nightmares. This one is about to come true. Matthew Keating, a one-time Navy SEAL and a former US president, has always defended his family as fiercely as he has his country. Now these defences are under attack and it's personal. Keating's teenage daughter Melanie has been abducted, turning every parent's deepest fear into a matter of national security. As the world watches, Keating embarks on a one-man special ops mission that tests his strengths as a leader, a warrior and a father. Because Keating knows that in order to save Melanie's life, he will have to put his own on the line. Woo, it's good. An absolute rocket, apparently. Honestly, I was so excited to read this. I know I say that about every book, but I am like, I love books so much, but certain books get me like, oh, I just can't wait. Literally, I wish I could read like every book all at once. Okay, next up, what should we go for? This one I got in a charity shop. Now, this is by Charlene Harris. Is that how you say it? Charlene, I don't know. It's called A Touch of Dead, and it's a collection of short stories about a character from her True Blood series called Suki Stackhouse. If you are a fan of the show or the book series that she did, like, let me know if you like this character or not. As I say, I've never watched the show. I've never read any other books by this author. So I'll be honest, I was literally drawn in by the cover. I thought the cover looked cool. And I thought it sounded cool. And I like these kind of short story books. Sometimes you just want to read like the odd little short story. It's got some great illustrations in as well, like really creepy, cool artwork, which I really love as well. So yeah, it's about this character called Suki. She's everybody's favourite cocktail waitress, cute, bubbly blonde who can read minds, which is just sounds really fun. I don't know if I'd like to read someone's mind, actually. Suki's far from being the only person in Bontemps, Louisiana, with a handicap. What with the local vampire population demanding their unhuman rights and Weirs fighting for territory. In fact, Bontemps is a pretty lively place these days. Touch of Dead collects together all of the Suki Stockhouse short stories in one gorgeous volume. So yeah, I mean, as I say, I might read this and really want to read other books from her and stuff, or even possibly try and watch the show. I don't know. But I was literally drawn by this cover, and I just thought that character of Suki Stackhouse, not Stockhouse, Stackhouse, Suki Stackhouse, there we go. I just think that character sounds really interesting, bubbly, and like reading minds and the whole like vampire thing. I think it sounds cool. Okay, so next up, I got this one from a charity shop. This cost me like 25p, which was actually a bargain. Seriously, 25p for a book. And it's by Sarah Dressen. It's called Just Listen. How beautiful is this cover? I just think it's so pretty. Like, it's quite an old book. It's not like a new one or anything. I'm going to look when it come out. It's got to be old. Okay, so look, yeah, 2006. A long time ago, but I love the cover. That's what drew me into it, and the fact that it was cheap. No, and then I read about it and I was like, this sounds really intriguing. So let me tell you about it. It says, I'm Annabelle. I'm the girl who has it all. Model looks, confidence, great social life. I'm one of the lucky ones, aren't I? My best friend, in brackets, is spreading rumours about me. My family's slowly falling apart. It's turning into a long, lonely summer full of secrets and silence. But I've met this guy who won't let me hide away. He's one of those intense types, obsessed with music. He's determined to make me listen, and he's determined to make me smile. But can he help me forget what happened the night that everything changed? So what happened? I'm really interested in, number one, finding out what happened. Number two, find out about this intense, guy who's into his music and stuff. And also like the friendships, the secrets, and yeah, I just think this sounds really great, like really good. So yeah, that's that. And as I say, if you do like reading and you go in like charity shops and stuff, it's worth looking at their books, because you can get really, really good books, cheap price obviously, and also all the money that charities get go to charity, so it's a win-win all round. Right, next book here is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry. I love that title, and I'll be honest, in my life I've had lots of ugly cry sessions. Beautiful cover, absolutely love this cover. It's so cute, lovely. This is another YA. It's by Joya Goffney. So it says it's a sweet romantic debut that celebrates the joy of being your authentic self. So that's cool. I like that. I like books where they're romantic, but also where the characters kind of find themselves as well, which I think is really nice. So it says here, my journal is like my foundation. It doesn't tell me where I'm going, it tells me where I've been, and I don't know who I am without it. Quinn Jackson is black, 18, vegetarian, a chronic list maker, crushing on Carter Bennett, socially awkward, me too, living a lie, lost without a journal, being blackmailed, and about to face her truth. Passionate, heartfelt, addictive rom-com full of juicy secrets and leap off the page chemistry, but having the courage to be honest, to live in the moment, and to fall in love. I just think that sounds so good. Like, it's been on my want to read list on Goodreads for a while. So, I saw it in Waterstones. I was like, oh, I wanted that one. so I grabbed it. Can falling in love reveal the real you? I love that. And I honestly think, like, I'm being a bit slushy and romantic here, but like when I fell in love with Nathan, I think I kind of, this sounds really deep here, but I think I kind of discovered the real me, like after all them years of not knowing who I kind of was and what I was about. I think he's helped me to kind of just be the real me, like, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to get romantic, but I'm really looking forward to that one. That's what I'm trying to say. The next book here I picked up in a charity shop, and this was like one of those books that I should have read, but I haven't. And it's also obviously a film, which I should have seen, but I haven't. This is like one of those like classic girly films and books that you should have watched and read, but I haven't. So this is going to be the year that I'm going to finally know what, you know, the hype is about. It's Breakfast at Tiffanys by Truman Capote. I don't know how to say it. I'm not very good at pronunciations, but how cute is this little cover though? It's like really dinky and cute, and just, yeah, it's only a little quick read, so that's not going to take me long at all to read. But yeah, it's about the character Holly. She's free-spirited, she's a romantic girl about town even. With her tousled blonde hair, an upturned nose, dark glasses and chic black dresses, Holly is a style sensation wherever she goes. Her apartment rocks to martini-soaked parties, and she plays hostess to millionaires and gangsters alike. Yet Holly never loses sight of her ultimate dream to find a real-life place like Tiffanys that makes her feel at home. So it's set in the madcap era of the 1940s New York, which I'm really interested in. I love like reading stories and that's set in New York. Yeah, it's supposed to be like romantic, funny, and it's a classic. So finally, as I say, I'll get to know what all the hype is about. So that is that one. Right, next up, we have this one here. This is Off the Record, which I honestly, I'm going to say it again, I'm so excited to read, but I really am so excited to read. This is by Cameron Garrett, who I follow on Twitter, and I actually, so when this turned up, because I'd ordered this on the Waterstones website, and when it turned up, I'd sent her a photograph of the book, and she was like really happy that I'd sent her the photo of it, really sweet. So yeah, I finally have it here in my hand. So Off the Record, it's about a 17-year-old girl called Josie, and she's living a young journalist's dream when she wins a contest to write a celebrity profile for her favourite magazine, especially once she meets the charming new actor at its centre. But there's a dark side to the glitz and glamour, and Josie's suddenly in the perfect position to expose it. A young actress trusts her with a terrible secret, and Josie realises she's in over her head. Is it her story to tell? And what if she lets down the women entrusting her with their secrets? And will revealing it jeopardise her writing career before it's even began? There are so many reasons to forget what she's been told, but one secret is followed by another and another and another, until Josie needs to decide whether to step up and what she can bear to sacrifice for the truth. Now, not only does this sound like really interesting, and I think it's got like that kind of hashtag Me Too vibes, but I actually at college studied journalism and media studies, so for me, like, this is an extra kind of interest as well. You know, it says here, a story too explosive to keep quiet. Absolutely beautiful cover as well, like really, really cool. Like all the headlines and stuff, and her, and just, yeah, I think it's going to be really, really good. Next up, I have this one here, which is The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Danan. I can't even remember where I heard about this book. I really don't remember, but I know I read about it somewhere and thought, oh, sounds interesting. So this is about a girl called Naomi Grant, and she's built a life around going against the grain. When the sex-positive startup she co-founded becomes an international sensation, her responsibilities shift from the bedroom to the boardroom. I don't know why I really like that, the bedroom to the ball. Anyway, ready to conquer new worlds, Naomi wants to extend her platform to live lecturing, but despite her long list of qualifications, higher education won't hire her. And then we've got the male character, who is Ethan Cohen. He's recently received 2 honours. An LA mag named him one of the city's hottest bachelors, and he became rabbi of his own synagogue. Unfortunately, his shul is low on funds and low on people going, so the board gives him 3 months to turn things around, or they'll close the doors for good. Together, Naomi and Ethan host a buzzy seminar series on modern intimacy, the perfect solution to their problems, until they discover a new one, their growing attraction to each other. They've built the syllabus for love's latest experiment, but neither of them expected they'd be the ones putting it to the test. This book is supposed to be funny, seductive, full of heart, deeply romantic, laugh out loud funny, which is good because, you know, as much as I like my dark thrillers and horrors, sometimes I just want a book that just makes me laugh and giggle. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, the idea of this kind of like former porn star going with this rabbi, you know, I am Jewish, obviously, so I have a bit of a connection there, but I just think this sounds really different. And yeah, so that's that one. Right, have I got more? Oh, I've got a few here. Right, so the next one is by Shari LaPena, and it's called An Unwanted Guest. I got this in a charity shop. I love the fact that Shari LaPena's books always have that kind of dark bluey colour, like bluey black kind of theme to their covers. But anyway, I really love The Couple Next Door. Like, that was such a good thriller, so I'm excited for this one. As I say, it's called An Unwanted Guest. There is no escape, apparently. It says here, we can't choose the strangers we meet. Usually we can avoid the people who make us nervous, make us afraid, until we find ourselves in a situation we can't escape. Trapped. Woo! As the guests arrive at beautiful remote Mitchell's Inn, they're all looking forward to a relaxing weekend deep in the forest, miles from anywhere. They watch their fellow guests with interest from a polite distance. With a violent storm raging, the group find themselves completely cut off from the outside world. Nobody can get in or out. And then the first body is found, and then the horrifying truth comes to light. There's a killer among them and nowhere to run. I really enjoy those types of books where they're kind of like, it's obvious it's got to be one of them because there's nobody else around, and you're like, well, who is it? So I hope there's lots of twists and turns in this book, because sometimes with thrillers it can be a bit predictable. But I have to say, with the couple next door, I was a bit shocked by the ending and stuff, so hopefully it'll be the same with this one. All right, so the next one is by Holly Bourne. It's called How Do You Like Me Now? Pick this up in a charity shop as well. I'm not going to say that word, obviously, because I don't want to get in trouble, but I love the fact that it's got that on the side. Who the F is Tori Bailey? So this is actually a proof copy. You know, you're lucky sometimes if you find proof copies in charity shops and that. And this is Holly Bourne's adult book, because normally she does YA. This is her first, well, one of her first, I think, I don't know, adult fiction. I'm sure it was her first one. Anyway, but this is an adult fiction by Holly Bourne, and it says here, it's honest, unflinching, hilarious, painfully true. So let me tell you what it's about. It says, who the F is Tori Bailey? There's no doubt that Tori is winning the game of life. She's inspired millions of women to stick two fingers up at convention with her best-selling memoir, and she has the perfect relationship to boot. But Tori Bailey has been living a lie. Everyone around her is getting married, having babies, but her long-term boyfriend won't even talk about getting engaged. And when her best friend Dee, her +1, the only person who understands the madness, falls in love, suddenly Tori's in terrifying danger of being left behind. When the world tells you to be one thing and turning 30 brings with it a loud ticking clock, it takes courage to walk your own path. It's time for Tori to practice what she's preached, but the question is she brave enough? So yeah, I think this sounds really good, and as I say, I'm really happy that I managed to get like a proof copy of it. And there is this thing with, like, you know, when you're this age you should act like that, when you're this age you should act like that and be like this, and I'm like, nah, just be who you want to be. I've just realised that my phone battery is dying, so really quickly, just checking if I've got any other books to show you. Oh, there's only one, so I can't tell you about this one. You're just going to have to look at it and think how pretty it is. The Doll Factory by Elizabeth McNeil. I recently read Circus Wonders, absolutely loved it, and this is her first book. Apparently it's going to be a TV series, so look out for that. So I managed to find this in a charity shop for £1. Look, brand new kind of condition, so that's good. But yeah, this is set in London in 1850. But anyway, I can't talk anymore because my battery's going to go. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you got some ideas for some books. Let me know in the comment section what book you like the look of the most. And yeah, happy reading. I'll see you soon.